Hi, this is iPwnedAids, and this is a video review of DrecoAK playing Glacius. Let's start off looking at your starting items. Have 3 tangos or runes of the blight, 2 minor totems, a health potion, and 2 clarity potions. I personally think these are great starting items. You didn't get any wards, but that was left to Plague Rider because he's in the bottom lane and he needs a ward for the pull anyway, so that's completely fine by me. I think probably flew the chicken. Yeah, and you made it a flying courier, which is perfect. What I possibly would have done different is your skill build. The best skill to generally go at level 1 on Glacius is Tundra Blast, her slow. It has a much larger range than Ice Imprisonment, does generally more damage with the increased auto attacks you get, and can be hit on 2 heroes. Alright, let's take a minute to kind of watch how you do in the lane against these guys. You've now seen that you're up against 2 melee heroes, and Rampage and Kraken. Here, you're currently farther back than Swiftblade is from the creeps. When you're in a lane as the only range against 2 melees, you want to be harassing them at all times, giving Swiftblade just complete free farm with no competition from the enemy. Here you get in a couple hits, and that's exactly what you need to do. Swiftblade goes on Kraken, and you freeze. You get a great hit on Kraken, stopping his health potion, but you guys really should have chased and killed him. I mean, he has Splash as his first ability, which you can see because he splashed creeps when attacking them, and he wasn't going to get away. A little mistake, but that's okay. What really you need to do is make up for it by harassing. And here you are again, just kind of running in circles. There. And that's exactly what you do. You harass and you push Rampage away from the creeps, and Swiftblade is the only one on the creeps. There you're doing a much better job. Alright, here we'll notice you leaving the lane and going to a creep stack. Turns out you double spawn the creep stack for the pull, which is a really good idea. Following that up, you return back to the lane, and here you sit with full mana, and level 3. Now level 3 you choose to skill Chilling Presence, which I agree with. I think 1 level of both skills and then Chilling Presence is the way to go. But you're still sitting here with full mana. What I would suggest doing is actually using Tundra Blast to slow both the melee heroes and just harass them. Rampage only has 3 runes of the blight for regeneration, and Kraken the same. If you can Tundra Blast them and hit them 3 or 4 times, that's 1 to 200 damage, depending on how lucky they get with the shield. Here, you did a good job Tundra Blasting Kraken and Rampage. However, there wasn't really much follow-up from Swiftblade. He chooses to go on the Kraken, starts to spin out of range of Kraken, then gets whacked by Rampage. They go on him, you freeze, and then use your slow at the same time. Swiftblade dies in a lane of Glacius Swiftblade versus 2 melee heroes. That's something that shouldn't happen. What went wrong on your part is right here. You freeze the Kraken, and then immediately use your Tundra Blast during the charge, and while Swiftblade is stunned. If you had saved your Tundra Blast until the point right here, where Swiftblade is running away, or save your Ice Imprisonment for Rampage so they can't bash him, Swiftblade can actually run here to the left, use his health potion, and stay in the lane. The trick is, try to save your abilities for the most opportune time. Generally, on a hero like Rampage, since he's going to want to be doing Horn Strike, going to be bashing Swiftblade, stunning him, and doing most of the damage. Alright, here's a scenario where the creeps just push the tower, you would just pull the lane and denied a whole 3 creeps of experience, which is really good. Now the next creep wave is going to come, and Swiftblade sees Kraken over here. Now you can see Kraken near the creeps, use your Tundra Blast, and he decides to run in and tank some creeps, is pretty weird. Rampage comes in, crushes you in a mere 2 hits. The reason this happened is, again, you kind of wasted your abilities. If we rewind it, we'll see here, Kraken just walks on neutral creeps, but you use Tundra Blast, you know, and your Ice Imprisonment. Sure, it gets some damage on Kraken, but Rampage is a hero you want to be disabling. He's doing most of the damage. Here we have you and Soul Stealer coming up to set a gank on top lane. Soul Stealer's invisible. You sneak around. Stop Kraken. Hit your slow on both heroes. Do a very good job. Stop the Kraken right next to Soul Stealer ulti, and then slow both heroes so you can get a double kill. Here, Legion pushes the tower. You freeze Warbeast in the Chronosphere. Now Warbeast is stunned, he's not doing anything, and this is just another example of inefficient use of your disables. When you're using your disables, you have to make sure you're using them efficiently, or you're going to waste them. And here, using Ice Imprisonment on a already stunned Warbeast from Chronosphere ends up costing big time. Chronosphere comes undone, Warbeast 2 hits Plague Rider, instantly drops Chronos, and then kills you. If you had an Ice Imprisonment somewhere in there, you probably could have saved at the least yourself.
What a mess!
Here we're going to go over something that a lot of new players have problems with, positioning. Now you do a very good job of dropping a ward here, but then you move middle. You have no boots, 644 HP, and no armor. Now I know your goal was to save Soul Stealer here, but this is a gank with full life Rampage, Andromeda, full melee, full mana Kraken, and a Master of Arms. You're not really going to do much as a level 6 Glacius here. Sometimes you just gotta know when's good to go in and when's to back up, and this is the time you just need to back up. So you do. You realize, I'm not gonna kill him from the woods, so I'm gonna run backwards. Now you're lucky they didn't have a ward down here. If they did, I'm sure they would have killed you. They continue to push the tower, including diving a Plague Rider. Plague Rider, 700 HP, 0 armor, pretty much, and no boots. He's also not getting away from a Warbeast with his ultimate on, and a Rampage who just charged him. You come up here, and they see, oh, free Glacius, easy stun, and 2 hits you're dead. It's just another case where you need to know that that Plague Rider is going to die. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no use in you dying as well. So this is the end of the game, and I just want to give you an overview of how you did. As you can see, you ended the game on a double kill on Rampage, and Warbeast ending his bloodbath streak, pretty much doubling your GPM. One thing you did do very well this game was play support. I think you did a great job warding. You definitely outwarded their team, and always had a teleport scroll after that initial miss. I think these are 2 of the most important things you can do in your role as Glacius during the game. I would like to see a little bit more aggressiveness in the lane. When you have Switchblade Glacius, the name of the game is aggressiveness. And if you can keep up just killing the enemy heroes over and over again, that's what you want to do. In the lane, Glacius against 2 melee, use your Tundra Blast and a few auto attacks to harass every time you can. If you keep them both below half HP, Swip's going to get free farm. If they come up, he spins on them, they die. It's that easy. Outside of that, you need to be a little more efficient with your use of disables, know who to target and when to use them. Try to not stack disables on top of each other. Good job, and see you in future in-houses.
Did you ever like it, Pam? I would stand in line for this.